Yay. Woohoo. Okay, now you can hear me. You know, life is really unfreaking fair. Last week, I think Thursday. Well, actually, no, let me start from the beginning. I've had this friend for about 20 something years, right? Trying to see if I can get it to configure video. Camera control. Anyway, it's not fucking working. Nope. Nope. Come on now. You did it earlier. Stop messing with me. Well, fuck it. You don't need to see me. Dagnabbit. I give up. Sorry. Whatever. So, like I said, I've had this friend for like 20 something years. And a few years ago, she got breast cancer. And she fought valiantly. As you're noticing, there's going to be a lot of past tense. I'll explain that in a minute, although I'm sure many of you smart folks can surmise what has happened recently. So, she has these girls. Well, anyway, she had breast cancer. She fought valiantly, and she did everything right. She did her chemo and the radiation and everything. And, everything was great. She went into remission and she was getting healthier. It was fantastic. She then, a few years after that, I think probably from today, it was like a year and a half ago. She worked at a restaurant and as a cook, as a chef. She did go to culinary school, and so that's her thing. She's a chef. And she was taking out a vat of hot oil to the receptacle for dumping, right? And something happened. She tripped. I don't know. And she fell, and the oil splashed all over her body. She had third-degree burns on most of her body, and that was a really tough recovery. She was in and out of the hospital for that entire year and a half. She had grafts, and then she had this one nurse that came to visit her a couple times a day to help her change the dressings after she was finally released. And, well, the nurse was supposed to come a couple of times a day to help her change the dressing after she was released from the hospital. She came occasionally. And if anyone knows of someone or have ever been really terribly burnt like that, you know how hard it is to function. There's pain, and then there's stiffness, and you're just exhausted because your body's trying to heal and trying to fight off any possible infection. And with the amount of third-degree burn she sustained, the likelihood for infection was very high because the skin that covers her body was destroyed. She had no protection. So she was supposed to... I don't even know why I'm selling this shit. Anyway, so yeah. Fast forward about a year and a half ago, like, I'd say maybe a month ago or so, she, between then and now, she was in and out for infections and illnesses, and the medication that she had to take, her already dealing with mental illness, sometimes it just made her go completely nuts. And I understand. Totally been there. So she dealt with that and such. And so, like I said, about a month ago, she went back into the hospital under emergency because she had blood clots in her lungs. Come to find out that her breast cancer had returned with a vengeance, and it was just completely consuming her body. And sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once. And so it's like that burn just completely destroyed her and her body, and she was never able to completely recover at all. So anyway, I didn't know about the cancer returning until about a week or so ago, last Thursday, when my friend Natasha, we'll call her N. I'm trying not to use names for protection because I love her. Anywho, what am I doing? I need money. I need gold. I need a mailbox. Is there a mailbox up there? That's not a mailbox up there. Anyway, she just never was ever truly able to recover or anything like that. Anyway, a week ago, I heard from a mutual friend that the cancer had returned, and she was labeled terminal. And it was exceedingly aggressive, and because of gastrointestinal issues caused by the last round of chemo, which, chemo is injecting and radiating toxins, deadly toxins, into your body to try to kill this thing that's killing you anyway. And if you're not careful, the chemo will kill you. It's a double-edged sword. Anyway, so um, she went in, and that day when my friend and told me about it, she said that she was Elle, my friend, that the cancer had returned. Um, she went to. She said she was going to be moving to hospice the next day at about 5:30. So I said, okay. I live out of state now, so I sadly wasn't able to visit her, but I was gonna get her room number so that I could at least call and talk to everybody there and check in on her and talk to her. So, yep, 2,000 gold. It's fine. I have plenty. Plenty. Um, so she was moved the next day, as was stated, and after that, I hadn't heard from our mutual friend yet. So I figured, it was very traumatic, and everyone needed some time to settle in at least, and they wanted, the whole name of the game at the time was to keep it quiet because um, the girls, her daughters, three daughters, oldest being 16,
Greedy.
youngest 10, the middle one is 12. Um,
For the Alliance.
So they didn't know yet, right? And so we wanted to keep it off the Facebook and just out of privacy and out of respect for her, keep it off of Facebook. Not everybody on the planet needed to know her business, and I completely understand that and respected that as well because that's what I do.
Hey there.
Cookies.
See you later.
I need a cookie for that. Snacks. Yay! I can ride shit. And I can ride shit. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Okay. I've had this horse since vanilla. It's weird. I haven't ridden it much because I've had faster mounts on my warlock. Anyway, 2 days after she was moved. Well, that same night, our mutual friend brought the daughters in to see their mom and to let them know that their mom's going to die and they get to watch. Fun times had by all. It's not. I'm being extremely facetious about that. And if you can't tell, whatever. Anywho, so there was that. That was fun, exciting, and things. I do not have a PS4. Unless you want to buy me one, that's not going to happen. I have my computers. That's it. Anywho. Okay, I need to go back here. Lakeshire.
Well met. Light bless you.
And so a couple days after that, and I didn't hear it from our mutual friend. I heard it from someone else who's also a mutual friend of the main person of the story, and myself. Not the other mutual friend, but somebody else. And so, I hadn't heard anything from N in a long time. Well, it seems like a long time because, you're waiting on news about your friend, and wanting to know how they're doing, and seeing if calls needed to be made, if I could do anything from where I was, um, send something, make sure the girls were okay, and everyone over there had what they needed, because we're friends, and that's what friends do. We're family. It's fine. Um, so I posted something on Facebook. I was vague booking because I'm still trying to protect the girls who I love dearly. And um, the other friend, we will call her Jay, uh, messaged me back not too long after I wrote it, um, and told me that our friend had passed away at 4 o'clock that afternoon. Basically, while I was in the grocery store with my mom. Fun! So that was a fun night. Um, and while and the girls didn't even know yet. The N was dealing with the grief because she was staying with her L the entire time and would not leave her, which is great. She did not have to die alone. No one should ever have to die alone, especially her, because she was magically wonderful. Great mom, even better, you know, fantastic friend. If there was ever such a thing as a platonic wife, she would have been it. Um, she was just brilliant. And, of course, our concerns now turn to her memorial and, most importantly, the girls, her daughters. Luckily, there's a lot of really close friends, our whole little circle or tribe of whatever, and immediate family that are, local to her. So the girls are going to be physically taken care of, and they'll be just fine. So that's not something I've ever been really worried about, because there's no way in hell we'd let anything happen to them. They are treasures. Nothing's going on with that. Nope. I will murder people for them. I will die for them. So nothing's freaking happening to those girls. Period. Um, anyway, um, so today is the memorial, and her daughter, who I actually have friended on Facebook because she's the oldest one, and you know the younger ones are not on Facebook yet, which is good because they don't need to be, especially right now. Sorry, I have a firehouse siren down the street. I'm gonna mute and I'll be back. I'll still be here, but back and not.
need to get closer. I need a target. I don't have that ability yet.
Yes, I do know the problem that I faced. Because I did stupid shit. But anyway, friend, memorial service today. I have to go back to Stormwind here in a second. Um, but yeah. Uh, anyway, she posted a little bit ago. Um, saying how hard today was going to be. What I wouldn't give to make her not feel this. Um, and we've uh,
How are you?
they're
Hey,
all of them too young to have to deal with this already. You know, it was just a few days ago they learned that their mom was dying and that they'd have to sit there and watch because she was given a week to 2 weeks. Um, so, I mean, even after that, I was much more concerned with how the girls were going to do and how they're going to cope with this, which is not easy. I lost my dad. I know how. I mean, no, I can't, because they lost their dad a couple years ago, and now they just lost their mom, and I can't even imagine how they're feeling. And I wish I could just make it stop, because life is unfucking fair. I just demonetized myself right there. Woot. Um, and I don't know. Actually, I do know. It sucks. And at the moment, I'm having mobility issues. I do have back surgery scheduled on the 14th, so that I will be able to walk and do normal shit again soon. But that's a different story for a different day. And I don't know. I just, we're still keeping it very hush hush and stuff, but it's hard not to talk to anybody about this. I mean, I've spoken to a few people, but not publicly. And even so, when I am like now speaking about it reasonably publicly, I'm being very careful not to mention names or anything like that. Um, I'm not so worried about that. I need it because I did something stupid and I sold it. Well, not this one. This is a much better one. Now I can go back to arms, which I like. Arms is fun. I don't know. I really, really wish that I that I could be there, but I can't. B, that they don't have to deal with any of this, but they do. I'd give anything so that this would just be a bad dream for everybody. Uh, Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. I wish there was. I don't like seeing them hurt. And the amount, and what's worse is that I feel so powerless about it that I know that I can't do anything about it. So all I can do is really make sure that they know, even when I'm out of state, at home, and I can't be there physically, I am there. I will always be there. That family doesn't stop being family, whether it is by blood or by love, just because somebody dies. I'm not going anywhere. I will never go anywhere. So that's my job that I take very happily. And the great thing is, they're not alone. They don't have to deal with any of this alone. We still have a lot of friends from our little
Go with honor.
circle of weirdos, yay, that are local. So they have, you know, uh, a lot of people. We were all friends from the Maryland Renaissance Festival, and so, these girls grew up at the Maryland Renaissance Festival. So, we had this, group of people, and that's the best thing about, well, that's one of the best things about things like Ren fairs. As cheesy and nerdgasmic as it seems, well, what can I say? I'm sitting here gaming right now, as we speak. We know about nerdgasms, and it's okay. I'm proud. It's fine. But yeah, one of the things is you find a whole bunch of other weirdos just like you, and then you make friends, and they become your friends for life, and we take care of each other, and we take care of each other's kids. We babysit, and if someone dies, we are there. Like now, the girls have family for life. Uh, they never have to feel alone. I mean, they probably will. That's not something that we can really help. But them actually being alone in this, whether they feel it or not, um, they will never feel unloved, unworthy, um, unspecial. And if they ever start feeling that way, we have failed. But they don't have to go through this by themselves. Any of it. So that's a blessing. And that their mom didn't have to suffer long or much longer. That's also a blessing. And as tough, as fucking shitty as it is. Because it is. Really. They'll get through this eventually. They have a whole bunch of help. And they're loved so very deeply by so many people. That eventually they'll be okay. Maybe. Well, we're going to try our very best to make sure that that is a possibility. Because when things like a death of a parent hits, or of a platonic wife, of a really close, deeply loved friend, hits, it's never easy. It's not supposed to be easy.
Out of range.
Oh yeah. That's because I did something stupid again. Sorry. I'm thinking, but not thinking. You know what I mean? Not thinking about this. It's fine. It's fine. 36 seconds. Why couldn't I just wait for a minute? What is wrong with you, Nikki? Seriously? I know better. I seriously know better, but my brain is elsewhere. So yeah. I guess I'll keep people updated on that. That, and I haven't really been on in a while. I was here a couple of weeks ago, but I've been dealing with this. There are many feels. Many feels. So many feels. And people to think about. And I'm happy to think about them, and I'm happy to help them, those girls, for the rest of my life. And I am very glad I get to be part of their lives. I wouldn't have any, well, I would have it definitely some other way. Like, my friend not being dead. That would be really awesome. That I would prefer that, but I can't do anything about it, so I will take what I can get. Right? So, I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh, if only I can get one more watcher. I can do that whole, like, thing. Oh. Whatever. Whatever. And now that that's over, I've played ranged for a long time. I like being able to throw things at things. There we go.
It's too far away.
Come here, you stupid thing. You killed me twice, although it was my stupidity, but that's irrelevant. The point is that he killed me twice, and then therefore I have to murder him. I have a quest, so I have to murder him anyway, but doubly so because he killed me twice. So that's what's been going on with me, other than just, this whole hurry up and wait, needs back surgeries thing. Because I have 2 discs that, again, have come out of place and are irritating and pushing on my sciatic nerve to the point where it's severely irritated and very, very inflamed, which inflames the muscles around it, which pushes the nerve in between spine vertebrae bones, and it gets pinched even more, and then my leg goes numb, so I haven't really been able to walk
Greetings.
or ride my bike or
For the Alliance.
go to the store on my own because I have to be in a wheelchair,
Need help?
which is fine,
Go with honor,
but
friend.
it's not supposed to be, you know, I'm not going to be in it for a long period of time, and there's a thing. There's go surgery to do the thing. Anyway, I was threatened by 2 of my neurosurgeons that I needed to get fusion, but I was actually able to talk to the surgeon who actually does my surgery and did my last surgery on my back, that I don't need to have fusion, and that a lot of doctors do fusion because they get paid more for it. Not necessarily because it's always the best option for the patient, which is, there's a reason why he is my surgeon, because he's a great guy. He does things like that. He's more concerned with the well-being of his patients, what's best for their condition, and then does that. Not worried about how much more of a percentage is he going to get paid. Because he said flat out, doctors get
What can I
paid
do
enough.
for you?
We're okay. I'm okay. I don't need to,
For the Alliance.
you know, and you don't need fusion yet. I mean, it's rare that it would recur, but it did, and so we're just going to do another microendoscopy discectomy. So I much prefer that because I already had one,
Good day to you.
and
See you around. Need help?
yeah,
Be careful.
surgery is not my idea of a good time, but I also like being able to walk for a little while longer. There's still a great chance that my body will, my spine anyway, my lumbar will continue to degenerate. But there's also a chance that it won't, that the body will trigger itself to heal and stop. But then again, this is congenital. I was born with this version of spondylolisthesis, and it's been degenerating to the point where it is now, which is ungood. I'm not a fan, but that's just me. Call me crazy. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at anyway. It's not, I haven't been having a good time with that. You know, and that's also been keeping me from getting down to see my friends and the friend who passed away's daughters. So I'm not actually physically be there for them, and that breaks my freaking heart. But I don't know. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Maybe, maybe not. All I know how to do is just deal. And also make sure that they're dealing. You know, make sure that they are okay. Well, as okay as they can be. You know, making sure that they are physically okay at least. And just keep on checking in on them on a mental standpoint, because I know it's not going to be fun for a long time. Anyone who expects otherwise is a fool. That or a completely non-compassionate human being and does not deserve to live. But, you know, whatever.
I need to get closer. I need a target. Target. away. I'm out of range.
It's right there. Oh, how did I do it? Can't remember. Cannot remember how I used to do this. It's been a long time since I played a human.
It's too far away.
I'll look it up here in a second. I'm gonna get myself ready to feed my dog.
The target.
So I'm going to go back to the inn and log off. And then I'm going to get some supper and do what I now consider walking the dog, which is walking him down the block and then back. That's all I can handle without my leg going completely numb. Man, only till the 14th, man. Not much longer. I can do it. I can do it. It's luckily not as long a wait as it used to be. Or as it was last time, which was a whole year because I had to fight with medical assistants. So badly. Because they kept deeming things like, critical MRI so that the surgeon knows where he's going to be working and what exactly he's going to be doing. They deemed that medically unnecessary. I deem it very necessary. I don't want the surgeon going in there blind, if you ask me, and I hate MRIs. period. There is not enough Valium on the planet to make an MRI fun for me because I'm claustrophobic. And so therefore they put me on Valium. But it's never enough because I'm always way too aware. And I really don't want to be. But anyway, I'm going to hang out here and I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'm going to go shove food into my face and then I will likely be back later because I'm pretty much bedbound most of the time. Therefore, I get really bored. Therefore, gaming. Anyway, so I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.